For our windscreen wipers, we're going to bring the arms out straight out to either side, palms facing upwards. You want to maintain the shoulder blades on the ground the whole way through the movement here. At its most basic, keeping this left leg, keeping that foot where it is, and keeping both feet and both knees together for as long as possible. I'm going to inhale as we bring the legs out to the side. Work with your own range of movement. This opposite shoulder must stay down on the mat at all times. If it's inclined to lift a little bit, turn your head to face that direction. If it's still inclined to lift, bring the legs back ever so slightly. You've already taken your deep breath in as you lower down, so then you exhale as you lift and pull the legs back to center. Same thing on the opposite side. Inhale, letting the legs drop, and exhale to come back to center. So you probably noticed when I went over with my knees to the right here, my left foot is up off the floor. Both my feet are together side by side, my knees are almost together. So we're getting a nice stretch here across the body. Exhale to pull back to center. To increase things a little bit more, bringing our legs up to a nice tabletop position here, so the knees are directly above the hips and the shins are nice and level. From here, again, inhaling as we lower down to the side. Again, working with your own range of movement. Exhale, pull the legs up to the center again. Inhaling out to the other side. If your legs can reach the floor, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine. Work to your own range of movement. Go to wherever is comfortable for you. Or maybe the edge of comfortable. Again, I'm keeping my left shoulder on the floor here all the time. And exhale to come back to the center. Most challenging variation on this, legs are straight. Inhale while lowering out to the side. Again, keeping the shoulder down on the mat. Pull through the core to come back to center. And lower down. Again, keeping the shoulder blades down on the floor. Now at this stage my legs have separated. A bit more restriction on my left side. That's okay. If I stay here and use my breathing, gravity will gradually bring this left leg down lower, slowly increasing the stretch over time. So what I do here is I take my deep breath in, and I focus on where I feel the restriction, and then as I exhale, imagine some of the restriction is releasing. So once again, I take a nice big breath in. Each time when breathing in, draw the air into wherever you feel the most restriction. Exhale, exhale, and imagine that restriction is releasing. To come out of this one, I recommend bending the knees first. And then exhaling back to the center. The reason being for that, is that with the legs in this long position, that's a much longer lever. So it's applying a lot more force and rotational force across the hips and across the lower back to try and pull those straight legs back into the center. So for most people, unless you've got a very, very strong core, coming back with the knees bent is going to be a much better option. Very important on this exercise, don't force it. What we're trying to do here And this is something that can be done as an exercise where you're moving more or less continuously from one side to the other, back and forth, using the breathing. Inhaling down, exhaling, pulling upwards. Same thing to the other side. Or you can use this purely as a stretch. You generally do this at the end of your session where you'd let the knees drop to the side and you hold it there for approximately 10 deep breaths in and out. Then bend the knees, return to the center, and the same thing on the other side.